Today, I want to look at one small English word that is actually very powerful: appreciate. In English, you'll hear people say, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate your help. Much appreciated. So these are very common everyday ways to say thank you that sound warm and polite. The core idea of appreciate is to recognize something of value. When you say, I appreciate this, you're really saying, this has value for me. I see it. The first and most important use to say is to say, the first and most important use is to say thank you. When someone helps you, you can say, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate your help. I really appreciate your time. I really appreciate your patience. I really appreciate your friendship. All these are stronger than a simple thank you. They tell the other person, your actions has value. You did not have to do it, but you did. And I see that. So we also use a short fixed phrase, especially in emails and messages. Much appreciated. For example, someone sends you a document and you reply, got it, thanks. Much appreciated. This is friendly, positive, and very natural in modern English. Let me talk for a moment about my German friend Fadil, because this is where the idea for this video came from. He told me that in German, a literal translation like Ich schätze das sounds a bit strange if you say it directly after a favor. A more natural sentence would be Das weiß ich zu schätzen. So if you're a German speaker, you might feel that I really appreciate it. Also sounds a bit heavy, a bit formal. But in English, it's not. It does not feel heavy or formal. So native speakers in English say it naturally. We say it at work, with friends, in emails, and even just in quick texts, your messages on WhatsApp. Now let's go back to English for all learners. This is another very important pattern in this word. I'd appreciate it if plus a sentence. So we often use this in business English and polite requests. I'd appreciate it if you could send me the report by Friday. I appreciate it if you could let me know by noon today. I appreciate it if you did not smoke here. This sounds softer, more polite than send me the report. Please don't smoke here. At the same time, it is clear. So I appreciate it if you turn on the captions. I appreciate it if you subscribe. I appreciate it if you tap the thumbs like. So it is a very useful sentence starter for emails, meetings, and any professional situations, work as well, or even with friends. I appreciate it if you help me with my garden today. I need to mow the lawn. I need to do this, collect the rubbish. I'd appreciate it if you help me. There is also a second meaning of appreciate that is not about saying thank you. Sometimes appreciate means to understand and respect. So to understand and respect, for example, I appreciate that you are busy. I know that you're busy. I understand that you're busy. So you can just say, I appreciate that you are busy. But could you look at this today? So you can tell that to your boss. Sir, I appreciate that you're very busy, but can you please have a look at this today? So that's how you say it. You can say this as well. I can say to you, I appreciate that learning English is difficult, especially when you're working and learning at the same time. I understand you. I understand that learning English as a second language is not easy. I appreciate that. Another one, I appreciate that this decision is not easy for you. That means I understand, I know, I realize, I appreciate that this decision is not easy. You must have thought a lot about it. You must have put a lot of effort in it before making this decision. So here, I appreciate that means I understand this, I take it seriously. You appreciate it. This is also very common in business, and in a sensitive type of conversation, you can use it. You're showing to the other person's situation before you ask for something or give your opinion. Like, I appreciate that you think this is the best way, but I've got a different way. Would you please have a listen to my way? So, from this verb, we also get the noun, appreciation. So, this noun can be also used when we talk about thanks and value in a more general way. Like, I appreciate you. I like to show you my appreciation. I like to show my appreciation to everyone in the office who has helped me organize this event, this Christmas party. As a sign of appreciation, as a sign of thank you, as a sign of heartfelt thank you, we gave her a small gift. So she helped us. We appreciate her help. And as a sign of appreciation, so this is a noun now, this is a thing. As a sign of appreciation, we gave her a small gift. Working with older patients at work has given me a deeper appreciation of time, appreciation of their life, what they do at home as a retiree. That's appreciation as well. That gave me a greater understanding, a greater feeling of understanding of what my patients actually go through at home. Again, the idea is that you recognize the value of people, of their actions, of their experiences. Wait, there's also one more, a more financial meaning of appreciate. To increase in value, we often use this for houses, investments, or currencies. The value of the house has increased. We can say the value of the house has appreciated over the last 10 years, especially in Brisbane, where I live. The value of houses has appreciated over the last 5 years. Or the Australian dollar has appreciated against the US dollar. That's very good for Australia because our dollar has risen, has increased in value, appreciated against the US dollar, against the Chinese yuan. So my dollar is bigger and I can buy more things. You can hear the core idea is still the same. It's value. When prices go up, they appreciate. When you understand something more deeply, your appreciation grows. When you say, I appreciate it, you are saying, this has value for me. I really value you. I appreciate you. I appreciate your help. I value your help. So if you want to sound more natural, more professional in English, do not only say thank you. Use this small but powerful word in everyday life. Try it. Thanks. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate your help today. I really appreciate your time. I really appreciate your listening to me and watching this video. I really appreciate our friendship. I value it. Our friendship. much appreciated. And in business or formal situations, try this as well. I'd appreciate if you could review this before you ask someone to do something. I appreciate it if you could get back to me tomorrow. I'd really appreciate it if you could get back to me tomorrow. I appreciate that everyone is busy, but we really need to make a decision quickly. I appreciate that you've got things to do, but this one is very important and we need to do it today, not tomorrow. I appreciate it if you stop doing those things and come to do this one. So if you remember one thing from this lesson, let it be appreciate is the word English speakers use to say thank you. Not just thank you, but a thank you that connects gratitude, respect, and value in one sentence, in one word, even. It can make your English sound more natural, more adult, and more human. So, if this lesson has been helpful, listen again, copy a few sentences, a few phrases, and try using them in your next email or message or in your speech at work or with your friends to show how you appreciate them, that you appreciate your friendship.